Unnecessary vulnerabilities identified. Mobilizing. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
We're benumbed in mitigating the threat.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scanned. Go for torpification. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Yeah. So, you folk just drop into a war...
If you're looking to buy, head inside. Just don't cause any trouble.
Come in. Let me know. Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular. Making a profit? What else? War is very lucrative. Especially when you can sell to both sides.
Feel free to use the workbench. Just don't break it.
Proceeding to attack. Combatant stand.
My sting. Alive. All on the wrist.
I'll handle this.
Don't make me a victim. Either restore my life or avenge.
I'm alone. Who needs to die? I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Taking the fight out of them. Locking them down. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
My tolerances exceeded.
Reviving me is strategically optimal. Unorthodox at best.
Dagmar. The cur. How could she betray me? Her, of all people. The one who recruited me into the Dawn and saved my life. And out of all the cultists, she elevated me to the highest rank in the Dawn. Was her right hand. She was my supervisor. I was just a lowly scientist. She alone could see my heart through the shell the Protectorate encased me in. And when she saw my pain, she looked into my background. It was then that she recruited me. My psychological profile. I saw it once. Recommended sending me to mental refreshment when I was young. Repeatedly. Something about killing sprats. But my parents were able to keep that from happening. The paranoia the Protectorate creates in its subjects crowds everything else out. Even familial love. They were terrified that my behavior would lead people to start looking at them askance. You remember I told you they were vigilant, right? They could have helped me in numerous ways, ways lesser subjects' parents couldn't. But they did nothing. Just locked me away until I learned to hide my feelings. My existence was always bleak, joyless, without purpose. just like every other subjects. Dagmar was the first friend I'd had since I was a young child. She gave me a life, a family. Or so I thought. Thank you. But Dagmar has shown me I can't depend on anyone. I have to let my beliefs guide me now. They're all I have left. It's hard to explain, but outside of the lab, thinking only ever confused me, got me into trouble. Since I joined the Dawn, everything has been so much simpler. I depend on the Dawn's beliefs. Without them, I would have nothing but a purposeless existence. I just can't, and I won't. I'm certain we've better things to do than whatever this is.
Welcome, intrepid consumer, to Auntie's Choice territory. The wonders of winter's grasp lay ahead, though do stay on the road. The ice caves conceal all manner of dangers. Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Schedule an appointment if you need to talk to me.
Hayes! Hayes, can you hear me?
Hayes, your family is depending on you. You've got to shake off these vapors, man, and clear your head.
I've no fair ideas of how to proceed, White. Nothing we do seems to garner the... Yes? Can I, wait. Welcome, potential customer, to the majesty of Auntie's military might. Normally, I would be at your service, but I'm dealing with a situation here. It's really none of your...
Sarge, maybe they can help. The two of us are certainly out of options.
And who'll pay them for the assistance? You? Very well. The issue is our compatriot, Trooper Hayes. He seems to have some kind of break or shock to the head, and he's, well...
Same sucker, bad habit blocker. It tracks every movement like a hunting death stalker. Try a gross habit, it sucks nadgy bits. This flogger's a stopper, you just can't brush off her.
He's that.
Ever since the attack last night, he's been unresponsive and communicating only in jingles. At first I thought it might be some manner of marketing ploy, but it seems permanent. The artillery bombardment was particularly heavy last night before the assault began, and the rounds shook the ground so badly that our lantern flew off its hook on the wall. Hayes put his hands over his ears, lay feet on the ground, and after the only thing that had come from his mouth were jingles. Old archaic jingles, ones I haven't heard in years. We must rouse him back to sanity. He's their sole earner, and should he be discharged, just the cost of his family's lodgings on the claim is more than enough to bankrupt them. Yes. Well, maybe. They're the kind of sales roles you take when you're young, before you reach an age to become a real earner. Sadly, you're probably right. We'll try and get him back to base and hope there's enough in his account to cover psychodesectification. Thank you for trying to help.
Yes?
Sproutle Brand Frat, the only
I'm
log
sorry,
for your
but we just
event.
can't conduct
Ones you
business
fry
at the
in our
moment.
cold.
Can't you see I'm on the clock here?
Sorry. Time is bits. Bits is time. Or are, that is. Banter elsewhere.
Our FOB at the bridge has been totally isolated from reinforcements. The protector was assaulted so quickly, we couldn't even begin to respond.
50 minutes the archive itself. Their field movements have been shockingly well coordinated since they locked us out of that damn machine.
Maybe a strategic plan would have been a better use for it than making more money. Maybe we won by now.
Then I'd take you off.
Whoa there, go-getter. Say, have you ever considered the benefits of becoming a semi-confidential, unpaid informant for Auntie's Choice? Breathe once for yes. Field Agent Auerbach, proprietary inside acquisition. Our team's presently occupying these premises, but haven't fully brought them to heel, per se. Say, you look like some sort of rogue former member of the Order. Maybe you could tell us what this place is supposed to be.
Me? Part of the Order? Oh, no, dear. I assure you I simply share their love of sweeping cloaks and sciencey-looking accessories. I shall update my wardrobe to avoid such confusion.
Would you happen to be familiar with this campus? We're not entirely clear what it was used for. As far as we can tell, Order's been cleared out for some time. If not, I might politely inquire what exactly you're doing here. We scour rival facilities for hidden recipes, secret formulas, special ingredients, and assorted confidential internal know-how, then develop it into products to bring to market. It's a unique brand of warfare, exclusive to Auntie's Choice, designed to break incredible ingenuities out of cloistered captivity and share them across the galaxy. Information wants to be freed, then priced and shared along understood lines of commodification and distribution. That seemingly unimposing edifice over there? Good luck with that. Lost a few peons in there. Place is full of deleterious traps devised by Order ingenuity. Whatever's stored inside must really be something. At some point, we'll work up the nerve to return. Been scouring all the other buildings clean since. Uh-huh. Sure you will. Yeah, well, suppose we'll let you in. You might disable a death trap or two with your bodies, then we can step over your cadavers and maybe use them for a shield. Alternately, if you manage to find anything marketable, probably be game to barter for it later. Assuming you don't die, which in that case, we'll probably just retrieve it off your corpse. Either way.
Got some test sprats volunteering to jump into that meat grinder, I see.
You're new. Don't seem like another one of these trade secret vultures either. War means nothing to them, you know. How about you? Know there's a war on, don't you? You here to help me win it? Oh, they did they? Hope you got that in writing, friend. No? Well, still, I'm not averse to providing ample recompense for valuable time and life-risking activities. Thing is, our local forces are in something of a bind. A protectorate camp effectively bisected the territory we presently occupy. An intolerable vulnerability. Said camp is situated betwixt here and points to the north. Take it out, reconnect the territories, and walk away somewhat richer. Excellent, excellent. If you're agreeable to other work, I have something light. Simple shakedown, really. Couldn't be easier. A Sub Rosa finagler operates out of the Port Authority building at the landing pad near Winter's Grasp. Sub Rosa works with both sides, understood. But I want to know what she's into with the Protectorate. Let's say I'm curious. Look forward to hearing what she knows.
That whole place is one big death trap. You want in? Be my guest.
Oh, look who finally decided to...
Anais, you're not supposed to be here.
Events prove otherwise, don't they? While you were taking your time arriving, I found a way inside these corporate drones haven't discovered. I've grown rather adept at sneaking in and out of these so-called restricted areas unseen. Yes, plenty of them. And scads of dead Auntie's Choice employees. They didn't get very far. I deemed it wise not to press much further. Peeked around a little. They've conveniently posted signs where various types of dangerous research materials are stored away.
Leave it to the Order to rigorously catalog everything.
Burn down initiation is listed on the top floor. They destroy materials through immolation there.
The research will be in reinforced containers, so enlisting the facility's own incineration measures would be prudent. Might be worth rummaging about a bit as we go. May find some weapons or interesting supplies.
Well then, shall we proceed?
Anais, stay here. Please.
I expected such to be your attitude, but I'll have you know that...
I am not doubting your abilities. Quite the opposite. I need you to guard this entrance. Anyone appears, come running.
Fine. Go. I uncovered a vent in that office. Standard order redundancy measure. Let's outpass the barrier over there.
I'll hang back a moment while you depower that fence. Wriggling through vents is a young person's game after all. We'll stay here. You find a way to disable these fences.
Someone there? Hello? Help! Please! Thank the law somebody came by. I've been rationing my anti-Cleo Borst rockets, and you know what? Your tongue turns black if you eat them all week. Might concerning, since it's all I have. Really? I made it the furthest? Mayhap that'll earn me a title-only promotion. We was sizing up the place, well, the lobby, when our boss ordered us to find an off switch for them traps, which required us to negotiate through or around said traps to do so. A bunch of the others got killed. I got stuck in here. Boss left with the rest. You think you could get me out somehow? Like, right about now, even?
Hold on. You're not even remotely considering releasing him, are you? A trade secret vulture from Auntie's Choice? Free to roam in a building full of Order secrets? Just consider for a moment. We're here to keep dangerous research from spreading, from falling into the wrong hands. I certainly wouldn't want Auntie's Choice obtaining research related to cataclysmal ends, or monetizing prevaricated hypotheses for that matter. At the end of the day, it's just an Auntie's Choice auxiliary dabbler. Hardly a cute little woolly cow or something. That's actually a valid point. We shouldn't forget who we are, and I suppose I'm not who I was.
I don't understand what you two are talking about, but it sounds positive, I think.
Do whatever you think is best here. I still don't completely agree, but I trust your decision.
I promise not to, blow up the universe, or whatever it is you two are worried about, I guess. Can you let me out now, please?
You're young and spry. You can handle that.
Can you let me out now, please? Phew. Well, that's a relief. Didn't think I'd ever get free. No thanks to you, you ma'am.
Be grateful you're not on fire.
Don't have to tell me twice. This is all the bits I have on me. Not much, but thanks. I'll be out of here as soon as it seems safe.
Did I read that correctly? Seemed concerning.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got company in the form of an Auntie's Choice patrol. Seems their representative wishes to parley.
Don't shoot! Like she said, I'm just here to talk. No, we're not exactly friends at present, but, temporary truce, perhaps? Believe I've pieced together what you all are up to here. And I am willing to offer a mutually beneficial arrangement. Spied the signs on the way up. Our team has a keen interest in much of the research stored here. But cataclysmic ends, which I presume you're here to destroy, don't like the sound of that at all. By all means, burn every last trace. But let us keep the rest, and you'd benefit as well.
The idea of any Order research falling into Auntie's Choice hands is utterly abhorrent to me. I advise a rigorous refusal, as in no witnesses.
I could hear that, you know. Hoping she's not your main negotiator here. Nothing elaborate. Bits. A bunch of them. Enough to buy yourself something nice.
You're not seriously considering this, are you? These two-faced snake oil peddlers are incapable of making an honest deal.
Oh, nothing particularly heinous. We may conceivably utilize some information in the possible formation of potential new products. No harm to you, or anyone.
Can't really predict how Auntie's Choice would market heretical miscellany, but I could easily foresee them rushing detrimental cognitive enhancers to market.
Consider it a deal. No need to shake, as I've taken the liberty of making a quasi-legally binding surreptitious transcription. Or will claim to have later. If it's all the same to you, I'll just dawdle here while you complete the process. You know, in case you change your mind.
I'll prep the burners and make sure we have no more visitors. Burners are lit. Control board is activated. Commence the burn down process.
Well then, that seems sufficiently carbonized, cinderized. No half measures from the Order. Say what you will about them, but they are nothing if not thorough.
Excellent. Well, a deal's a deal. Meet me downstairs after you're done here, and we'll settle up.
Never pegged you as such an opportunist. But perhaps there's more to this play than I'm seeing. Perhaps I should be relieved Auntie's Choice didn't get anything universe-threatening.
My original notes and research are burnt to a crisp. It's over. Finally.
I'm sorry. But I saw on the terminal that an external party gained authorization to study it. There's at least one set of copies out there. I can't promise that, but... Request noted. Give me some time. I'll find them.
What do you need from me?
To go on and live your life. Around other people, not holed up in a dilapidated shack. We'll settle the rest.
You can't possibly expect to leave me behind again without a fight.
Why don't we burn that bridge when we get to it? We still need to get out of here first.
Pleasure doing business with you. I can see we'll have our hands full digging through all you've left us here. We deeply appreciate your assistance in further expanding the ever-growing Auntie's Choice proprietary insight catalog. Be seeing you.
Suppose this is goodbye. No. I recognize that look in Marisol's eyes. There's nothing for it. Been interesting to see you. Before I forget, I meant to give you this. Little something I made.
So we're good? You and I. Everything... settled?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but good as ever. Don't think I don't see what you're doing with all this, though. You've always been who you are, but you weren't you for decades. A new cause comes up and you take it on immediately. Because saving the universe is easier than confronting yourself. Whoever you are now, whoever you're going to be, just take care. Don't be a stranger.
Goodbye, Anais. Yes, she's every bit as keen-edged, vexatious, and contrary as I remembered her. Appreciate your support. Been a spell since I could rely on anyone like that. Though, suspect that's my own damn fault. Ah, Anais snuck something by me again, didn't she? What was that last thing she said? Don't be a stranger. Right. All right. I suppose you remain on my good side. May the plan favor us against long odds. Island heavy.
Hostilities are afoot.
Combatant scanned. Standing by to stupefy. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
The Protectorate endures.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
After a camp expunged from existence, 2 to go.
Ratcheting up my attack.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Camp clear. One more and anti-supply lines will be connected.
Proceeding to attack. Combatant stand.
I'll fire my next this time I mean a hostile combatant. Just nine. Swine. All on the wrist.
Reconnect their supply lines now, and we can get...
I'll handle this.
Recharge for mayhem!
Check your scopes for combatant analysis. we had a device for closing rifts, like the one we found on Praetor.
Commander, glorious dawn up ahead. Probably best to turn back until I've sorted whatever treachery has undermined my status within the ranks. I'd welcome the bloodshed, but that's not going to get me my answers. What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story. There's something you wanted to converse on? Simply that, as much as I'd welcome the bloodshed, it may be wise for me to avoid members of the Dawn until I get their treachery sorted.
If we're bound next for Newton, might be wise for Azza to head back to the ship.
Though I'd also point out that if I can resolve my problems with the Glorious Dawn, then I may be more effective in Newton. Whether that be through diplomacy or killing.
Hostilities are afoot. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Booster me up. It would improve your odds.
Combatant observed.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. on their weaknesses. Mobilizing.
Enemy in vicinity.
Target analyzed. Lay down. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Combatant Torpificator at ready status.
I always find I work best when undistracted. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Is the one you first arrived here with among them, I wonder? Rude enough to ask, but one never knows. Here's your reward for a task well completed. You've proven yourself well, but we have recently experienced a pivotally important, unforeseen development. One I must meet directly. Can I count on you? One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. The web is an order-crafted network of information collection satellites. Our would-be Protectorate overlords squandered them as glorified surveillance devices. We actually implanted a back door in the web to bring it back under our control, should a circumstance like this arise. But we did not foresee certain Protectorate modifications. But let's not speak of that. Find a way past the Protectorate at the crash site, collect the data, and return it here. Violence is likely, but perhaps you'll find an alternative. Only theoretically. The Protectorate guarding the site will be anything but welcoming. You'd likely need to find something, or someone, to wrest their attention away from you. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Some of our scholars find answers to their solutions at the CAF integration point. Perhaps you might do the same. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise. I look forward to the... Now, how might we be of use to one another? I scarcely take time to engage in idle conversation, but perhaps this will be illuminating in some fashion. Specifically, a phlogistinated firearm, capable of tunneling through reinforced armor. Broadly, weaponry, research, anything capable of giving our exemplars an edge. Great. I was just thinking, I'd love for a stranger to come along and patronize me so I could blindly hand them experimental order technology. I generally prefer to keep discussions relevant.
Can't somebody loiter about a protocol without someone casting assuming glances their way? I know a presumptive look when I see it. Gah! My supervisor told me I need to try to be less conspicuous. Peoria, Quebecer is an obviously made-up name, she said. I just like the ring of it. That all said, I don't know nothing about nothing, I'm sure. All right already. 6 or 7 months ago, some Auntie's Choice clock puncher made a shipping error. Sent a few crates of failed grafting materials here to Cloister. You know that grafting program they used to have? Where they'd give some hapless hullhead a big monster arm, torn off one of a bunch of different deadly creatures? These crates arrived full of rejected Crabbograft parts. Sat untouched for months till I found them. And I thought, little rebranding, the right angle? Bet I could sell these. Whatever brings in the bits. Now, where was I? Oh, right. I met this Protectorate officer. Smug as all get out, naive as the day is long. Said she had logistical supply concerns and needed means to feed the personnel guarding the archive. As the plan would have it, I told her I got a shipment of, imitation Crabbo meat. You repackage and relabel it, it'll pass for Protectorate rations just fine. She agreed. Bought a few crates on the spot, promised to send word when she needed more. I just had to grind up everything first. Remove a few telltale chunks. I can't take full credit or blame. I simply misrepresented misallocated materials for profit. I am merely a humble opportunist. Here's an audio cartridge with all the details. Those troops hear what they've been eating? I don't know what'll happen, but they won't be happy about it. That's for sure. Don't mention it to anyone, especially not those damn snoops at Winter's Grasp.
Any news from the field? Any further progress? Well, excellent. Good show. I'll rest a bit easier tonight. Not as blissfully oblivious to our struggles as others here, mind you, but better. Anyhow, here's your reward. Pleasure doing business with you. Anything else to report? Learn anything useful? Ha! A base opportunist after my own heart. Well, she can continue swindling the Protectorate then. Here's a little something for your trouble.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today. People will start to worry. Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today? Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested? Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional?
Is not but data. Data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to analysis. But what is the role of chance?
Expand on that for me.
Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance. If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails.
You are not bound to repeat the mistakes of the past. The future is limitless.
Is there not one specific outcome?
Good. Never forget that you are a valuable factor in the universal equation and necessary to advancing the plan. Now then, a brief conversation is customary following the initial service. I haven't seen you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered.
Now we come to one of the most difficult concepts in the order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it
I see. And what lucky department have you been apportioned to? Surely it must be one of the big three.
and proceed with whatever action that flip was intended to choose? If so,
I'm sure. Once on a lab tray, even the most addled mind yields knowledge.
You know, you do a passable impression of a scientician. Did you grow up near one of our settlements? Have a few years of order training?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand you may technically count as a member, but there's a perfunctory element to your articulation. You don't believe in the plan, and you're clearly up to something. She sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth.
Such a travesty. No, not a travesty. Tragedy. A horror.
Appreciate that. I spent decades undercover with only self-affirmations to assuage my vacillating morale. Well, do I have to shoot up the place? Or will you come clean immediately? Who do you work for, little mole?
By the architect, keep your voice down, please. Even if what you say is true, this isn't a conversation best had amidst present company. Let's talk somewhere more private. Behind the CAF integration point, perhaps?
Must know. Help us know. Contribute any and all data we collect to our proud organization. And you too can say you contributed to all of us.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous. Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little further, shall I? I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden. Recall what you have observed thus far. Isn't it strange how calm everyone is? The Order is in the middle of a war. A war, one might say, they are losing. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology.
BestViewerStreamBoo.org. Remove the space at ICZFZ04.
I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough. Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder. One could make that argument, and obviously have. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance. I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested? So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor. Nothing nefarious, if that's the needle in your conscience. We only mean to study the drug and consider all of its many applications. I know that must read as terribly vague to you, but I'm not at liberty to provide more detail than that. Well, I'm not asking you to do something an honest person would. Think of this as a business transaction, if that eases your mind. All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it Perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood? It's too diluted by the time it enters circulation. I need the unfiltered drug, which is only accessible to those working in water reconditioning. Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier. And I'd like to offload some of this merchandise. Sounds like a win-win.
Did you know around 1,000 species of bacteria live on human skin? A fascinating, if not relevant, bit of trivia. Wouldn't you agree? And prodding me was intended to elicit what result, exactly? At any rate, I am quite conscious, merely waiting. I can assure you that of my numerous psychic afflictions, narcolepsy is not one of them. Would that it were, but no. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates. Indeed you are. All figures have value in the universal equation, although, upon immediate reflection, I don't think that's what you meant. Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand. But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I, don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance? Excogitation chapels are order residencies where one can meditate in solitude on specific theorems relating to the plan. They're scattered all around Cloister. Prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings. Oh no, I couldn't possibly ask you to endanger yourself by seeking out these logs. cloister is rather treacherous, and some of the chapels are difficult to reach by design. However, if you happened upon these chapels and recovered these logs, I would most certainly be interested in their contents. By my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected is 4. You have that? 4. No more, no less. Each chapel should have at least one somewhere inside. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. How do you know about that? I mean, that is quite the allegation. I deny it effusively. First, answer me this. What is your interest in this matter? As much as I relish the idea of entrusting a stranger with sensitive and potentially incendiary information, I shall perhaps if you were to help me out with recovering those logs I asked for. If there's nothing else, I would like to return to my deep breathing exercises.
Straight, soldier.